This is Calvin Castine. We're at Northeastern Clinton Central School. It's February 23rd, 1999. I think that's the twins' birthday. Bruce Anktil and his twin sister Brenda, another year older today. We're here for Section 7 Class C semifinals featuring the defending champions, the two-time defending champions. They couldn't defend it the year before that because they were in Class B, but the Class C defending champions. Northeastern Clinton, unbeaten in the CVAC this year except for one little team. That little team happens to be the Ticonderoga Sentinels, their opponents tonight. This is the semifinals. The winner will go to the finals to be played at Clinton Community College. The loser will call it a season. So Ty is hoping that lightning will strike twice. If you saw the game in Ty, it was very much a blowout, a 16-point win for Ty. Cougars were ice cold and Sentinels were hot.
And that lessons are best learned when proper respect is given to everyone. For Ticonderoga. At this time, I'd like
Centennials, she says.
Number 13, Jenna Porter.
Sentinels. Jenna Porter from the JVs.
Number 24, Morgan Blaze.
Let's see, Barber. Let's see, Veronica Barber, Morgan Blaze.
Number 34,
Molly Meserve. And Christy LaValle also up from the JVs.
Samantha Patno.
Starters, Samantha Patno, number 10.
Number 12, Dana Anderson.
Jana Anderson, one of the leading scorers in CVAC.
Amber Berube.
Amber Berube.
At 4, number 21, Mindy Berge.
Mindy Berge.
At 4, number 22, Abby Hart.
And Abby Hart.
The Sentinels are coached by Rick Smith and Shelly Long.
Rick Smith is the coach.
Number 13, Tara Dragoon.
The Cougars, Tara Dragoon.
Number 14, Aaron McDonald.
Aaron McDonald.
Number 15, Ashley Burtz.
Ashley Burtz.
Number 21, Lisa Roberts.
Lisa Robert.
Number 24, Amanda Clark.
Amanda Clark.
Number 41, Haley Desero.
Haley Desero.
Starting for the Cougars. At guard, number 4, Ashley Walter.
Ashley Walter will
At
start,
guard, number 11, Nicole Tardif.
along with Nicole Tardif.
At center, number 23, Debbie Tremblay.
Debbie Tremblay.
At forward, number 25, Miranda Perez.
Miranda Perez.
At guard, number 22, Danielle Castine.
And Danielle
The Cougars are
Castine.
coached by Andy Landry and Norm Bono.
Cougar coach is Andy Landry. He is not assisted by Norm Bono.
Please rise for the national anthem sung by myself.
And Carolyn Glode will now sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombers singing air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Among the interested spectators tonight is Doug Sherwin from the Press Republican. He's going to be awfully surprised to find out the Cougars start 5 players. He's done 2 write-ups on the Cougars, and both times mentioning only 4 of the starters, and completely ignoring the other of the 5, and that's very poor sports writing in a local level like this. We're talking about the NBA, you can do things like that, but not in the high school level. Gotta use your head a little bit. Ball goes off Berube, and it's going to be Cougar ball. Tardif will inbound it. And Sentinels were going down to set up at the other end. Miranda Perez picked up by Berube. She'll give it to Anderson. Now to Patnode. Anderson slapped away by Castine. And picked up by Perez. Now Walter. Up for Tardif. Tardif off the glass and good. Cougars lead 2-0. Cougars will press. In tie, it was the Cougars that had the bus ride. Anderson forces up a shot and drops it in. This time the Sentinels had the bus ride. No travel. Tardif back to Castine, over to Tremblay. Castine with a long shot, banks it in. Danielle Castine with a long two-pointer makes it 4-2 Cougars. Patnode brings it up. The other semifinal contest, it's Ausable Valley and Tupper Lake. Cougars are number 1 seed, Ausable Valley number 2 seed. Cougars, as we said, lost only to these Ticonderoga Sentinels during the year. Ticonderoga is about a 500 team. No jump ball. Berube takes it back. Patnode puts it up. It's good. 4-4. Walter traveled, or foul. Traveled. As I said, Cougars only lost to the Sentinels. Sentinels about a 500 team during the season. Cougars, however, haven't played in well over a week. They were off last week. They didn't, I don't know why, I can't imagine why, but they didn't arrange for any scrimmages. Should have had a scrimmage sometime during the middle of the latter part of the week last week, but they didn't. So they've gone from the previous Friday to this Tuesday without a game. So that's quite a few days, about 10 or 11 days without a game. The Sentinels played the league quarterfinals against Northern Adirondack, so they had a game last Friday. Walter dribbles off Patnode's foot. Tardif knocks it loose, takes it back to the Cougars. Double dribbles. Still 4-4, 5:59 to go in the first. Ausable, the number 2 seed, playing Tupper Lake. They've lost to only 2 teams during the season, Northeastern and Tupper Lake. Anderson hits. Sentinels lead 6-4. Sentinels, I'm sure, playing with confidence, knowing they can beat these guys. Cougars, of course, playing with the knowledge that they've been beaten by these guys. Perez misses. Berube rebounds. Hands off to Patnode. Tardif is there. No travel. Anderson brings it across midcourt. Stolen by Walter. Gives it to Tardif. Back to Walter. Nothing there. Brings it back out. Tremblay in a high post. Looks like Ty has gone back to their 1-3-1. Cougars are trying to counter that by putting Tremblay on a high post. Ball comes to Anderson's. Cougars are kind of sleeping on that one. Taken away by Perez to Tardif. She has Castine on the other side. Walter gets it to her. Cougars could have got that with one less pass if Tardif had looked up and saw Castine, but she didn't. She went to Walter. Walter wisely dished it off to Castine. It's a 6-6 ball game with 4:53 to go in the first. Into Anderson. Cougars surround her. Berge and Hart have hardly touched the ball for Ticonderoga. That's early in the game. Berge puts it up. Won't fall. Anderson's there for the rebound. Over the top of the backboard. It's Cougar ball. Castine into Walter. Foul on Berube. That's her first, team first, or her second, excuse me. That's her second foul, team second. Who got in there? Molly Meserve in for the Sentinels. That's going to be a big factor. And Perez hits off the pass from Tatarda. Berube was a big factor in that reach called on Castine. Reach called Berube I was talking about, was a big factor in that Ticonderoga win. She had about 16 points as I recall, and just as many rebounds probably. Anderson into Patnode. Castine tips it. And Castine and Anderson tied up. Former AAU teammates. In fact, in one of our openings, you can see Anderson passing the ball to Castine for a layup. One of our openings that we have at the beginning of our programs. Patnode puts it up. Everybody's standing there waiting for the other guy to get the rebound, and Patnode ends up with it. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Anderson puts it up, count the basket. And we're going to have a foul. And Ashley Walter picks up her second foul. Anderson looking to put her team up. Makes it 9-8, Ticonderoga. Amanda Clark will come in for Ashley Walter. 9-8 with 3:42 to go in the first. Castine into Clark, back to Castine. Up to Perez. Perez with a shot. It's good. (10-9) Cougars. Sentinels jump shot. Probably be on Clark. We'll see. 1-1 Tardif. Anderson will shoot 2. (10-9) Northeastern. Anderson looking for the tie. She's got it. No press. 3:20 to go, first quarter. Perez drives, draws a foul. Fouls on Meserve. Ty, I'm surprised, playing the same defense that they played in Ty, 1-3-1. I thought they might change it up to start things, then probably go back to a 1-3-1. Christia LaValle up from the JVs. In for the Sentinels. Perez. (12-10). Hart back to Berge. Now Anderson gives to Patnode. Berge. That's good. (12-12). Patnode misses. Ticonderoga, Cougar timeout. (12-12) the score. Andy Landry throwing his clipboard down over there and kind of hollering at the team. Not sure if somebody said they didn't agree with what he was saying or what.
Keep working now, keep working.
He kind of.
Hustle time, come on.
We heard the sound of a clipboard, and then we heard Landry's voice. He knows if they lose here, the season's over. Anderson rolls the rim. Paris rebounds. Outlets to Castine. Long pass to Tardif. Too far underneath. Anderson comes up with it. Now Patnode. LaValle back to Patnode. Travel. 12-12 to score. Castine will bring it up. 1-3-1 defense. Tardif gets the ball loose. Trombley will bring it back. Get rid of it. Castine with a long two. No, the shot clock was going to go off. Trombley is going to call for steps. Cougar coaching staff looking for a foul. 12-12, minute and a half to go in the first. Anderson carried it. Cougars are not attacking this zone very smartly here. That's the place. Don't drive on it. Tardif, too strong. Rebounded by Berge. Up for Anderson. Clark, Amanda Clark, good hustle. A sub in 24, Morgan Blaze. Going to give Anderson a breather with 59.9 on the clock. A minute to go. In the first, we're still tied 12-12. Traveling. Northeastern is, they watched the tape of Ty with the 1-3-1. And it doesn't look like they yet know what to do with a 1-3-1 defense. Foul on LaValle. Desro in for Castine. 36 seconds, going to give her a breather. Tardif will bring it up. Perez back to Tardif. To Desro, traveled. .8, still 12-12. Been there for quite a while. Section 7, Class C. Semifinals. According to the newspaper, Northeastern has been in 19 of the 20 Class C, or 19 of the 20 playoffs they could have gone to. They've been in Class B for part of that time and Class C the rest. So they haven't been in all Class C, but they've been 19 of possible 20 finals. Clark misses. Patnode, 2 seconds. No basket. So over the last 20 years, in the finals that they could have been in, Northeastern's been in 19 of them. So Ticonderoga is trying to stop that string too. They stopped their 27-game CVAC winning streak in tie, and now they're hoping to derail them here on the Cougars' trip to the finals. It's kind of like the Yankees used to be. You knew the Yankees were going to be in the World Series. The only question was who they were going to play against, and it's been that way with the Cougars for the past 20 years. 19 of those years they've been in the finals. Desero into Tardif, and the second quarter is underway in this 12-12 ball game. Clark to Desero to Tardif to Tremblay. Perez, no foul. Pulled down by LaValle. Now Patnaud will bring it up. Shot by Berge, rebounded by Clark. Up to Tardif. She's fouled by Berge. Team foul, Berge's first. Castine will come back in. Replaces Tardif. Give Tardif a breather. Desero out to Castine. Tremblay. Clark off Tremblay. Anderson will come back in. She replaces Patnaud. 7:21 to go in a half. Perez to Castine. To Clark. Tremblay. Cougars should finally get a shooting foul here. Shooting two. Debbie Tremblay at the line. Berube back in. Sentinels have done very well with Berube on the bench. Tremblay hits the second shot. Cougars are up by one. Anderson in the corner. Through Berge's fingers. Traveling. Oh. Not a jump ball, but traveling. Patnaud will come back in. Castine will inbound it. Perez misses. Berge rebound. Berube rebounds. Patnaud gets it out to Anderson. Anderson stops, travels. Tremblay back to Castine. Right back. If they go right back after the pass to where the ball came from. Shot is missed. Perez back to Castine, over to Tremblay, to Clark. Cougars right back to the way they were shooting, almost in tie. Foul will be on Clark. Lisa Robert, Nicole Tardif in, replacing Perez and Desero. Anderson will inbound. Sentinels see him working the ball around the perimeter, getting the wide open man. Cougars don't work around the perimeter. They try to pass through people. There's a foul on Anderson. Tardif will shoot 1-1. Anderson's first foul. Sentinels lead 14-13, 5:55 to go in the half. Shot is missed. Trombley tracks it down. Right over there. Three-pointer. Holy cow. Cast iron banks in a three-pointer. It's a big boost for the Cougars at the moment. Puts them up by 2, but this is very early in the game. Anderson pulls up for a shot. Off the rim. Rebounded by Clark. Outlets the cast iron. Up to Tardif. No, won't fall. Berube. She's just dynamite under those boards. And the Cougars' inability to keep her off the boards was as big a factor as any in their loss at Ticonderoga. Anderson. Shot put up. And rebounded by Blaze. Berube in the paint. Hook shot, it's good. Castine brings it up. Tardif back to Castine, over to Clark. Castine gets it back quickly to Trombley, to Robert, short. This is Patnode. Perez is going to come back in, still keeping Walter on the bench with 2 fouls. Foul will be on Lisa Robert. 16-16 the score. Sentinels lead. Perez is back in. Foul is the 5th team foul for the Cougars. Looks like Dragoon's going to come in for Northeastern. Berube, another rebound. They've got to box her out, keep her off the boards. Castine brings it down. Tardif to Perez. Trombley, too strong, too hard. Perez puts it back, it's good. Cougars lead 18-17. Castine knocks it loose. Perez picks it up to Clark. Clark back to Castine, off the glass, in and out. Perez has it, no foul. Rebounded, you guessed it, Berube. Tipped by Clark, then by Trombley. Right to this young fan right over here. Highlight of his day, probably. I got to touch the ball in the big game. All right, Dragoon is in. She's replacing Clark. 18-17, Cougars lead. Anderson will inbound. Hart back in for the Sentinels. Patnode. Berube back to Patnode. Traveled. This game has been seesaw. Neither team has had a run here. This a couple of baskets in a row is about all anybody can manage in this one. Castine brings it up. Tardif back to Castine, to Dragoon, to Perez. Castine with the shot. It's good. Long two-pointer for Castine. This guy said, what do I do with it? Do I have to throw it back or can I keep it? Anderson. Patnode puts the shot up. Trombley, good hustle, gets the rebound. Too strong. Combination of Trombley throwing it too strong, and Tardif not going to the ball. She was ready to get the ball and go the other way. Berube, Castine double teams her. And Berge scores. Tardif to Perez. Back out to Dragoon. I said Tardif, it's Dragoon. Castine to Perez. Nice look. Perez hits. 22-19. Travel. 2:15 to go. Northeastern by 3. That's about as big a gap as we've had today. Perez, Castine over to Dragoon. Dragoon to Tardif. Rejected by Berube. Castine will inbound it. Up to Tardif quickly to Perez. Castine to Perez. Quickly to Dragoon. Right back. Off the rim. Fouls on Tardif. It's her second. Let's see if they'll put Walter in. Sit Tardif. Walter sat the whole second quarter here. A long pass up to Patnode. Cougars in man-to-man defense. Patnode underneath, tipped by Trombley. Anderson, nope, that's Hart. Berube's there. Berube gets it, gives it. Now Castine comes up with it. Perez traveled. Still 22-19, minute 19 to go. Cougars will press. Anderson. Patnode. Up to Berube now. 2-on-1. Trombley with a great job of defense. Debbie Trombley, and now Castine brings it down. Castine's going to be fouled off the back of the rim. She'll shoot 2. .105. That gets Castine in double figures. She has 10 of her team's 23 here. Shot is missed. Tardif, good hustle, gets the rebound. Dragoon to Castine. Lobs it to Trombley, no foul. Dragoon, good shot, hits. Sarah Dragoon. Excellent shooter. Her talents have not been utilized as much as I would have in this season. The senior, that's Anderson with a shot. 26-21, Cougars. 33 seconds, Anderson with a steal. Basket by Patnode. Trombley drives off the glass, too strong. Hart with a rebound. 9 seconds. Three-pointer would tie it for the half. To Anderson. She's a good outside threat. Gets it back to Patnode. Count it. Count it. At the buzzer. Samantha Patnode sinks it. 26-25. Northeastern up by 1 against a very fired up Ticonderoga team. Sentinels playing with confidence. Cougars not playing like the dominant team they've been this year so far. When I first started taping the Cougars on a regular basis Greg Martin was the varsity coach. Don Sears had been the varsity coach. Then, after taking a year or two off, was the JV coach. And when Greg decided to give up coaching, Don Sears came back with this young lady here. I'm guessing is Ray Hebert. Haven't seen her probably since she graduated, or maybe the year after. I know I saw her in 1988. Ray, 1987 graduate of Northeastern Clinton. She was a starter on that team. The following year, 1988, Cougars were the Class B champions. They were playing at New Paltz, and I was driving down to New Paltz, and I drove to Albany to pick up my brother, and I noticed this car was kind of matching my speed. When I pull off the Northway in Albany, this car pulled off and followed me into my brother's yard. I was there to pick him up to take him into New Paltz, so they ended up following us down. There's Walter off the bench, making her presence known very quickly with a steal and a basket. So Ray Hebert and whoever she was with, they said, there's a guy who knows where he's going, so they followed me all the way into Albany, then back out and on to New Paltz. That was back in 1988. The Beaten Down Eagles were there too. They were the Class C champions then. They've been reversed since that time. Fat note hits. And it's 28-27. Walter brings it down, gives it to Tardif. Perez drives. Berube with a block. Anderson guarded by Castine. Sentinels look like they're in this for the duration. Ooh. Foul on Tardif. That'll be her third. If I weren't cheering in this game, I'd probably say it was a, I hate to use the word cheap call, but a very inconsequential. Walter misses the layup. Castine forces the jump ball. Inconsequential contact there that was called for a foul. And it's an expensive one for the Cougars. That's Tardif's third. She's on the bench now. Clark is in for her. 5 seconds to get it in. Castine has it taken away by Berge. Nobody was deep there. Offensive foul on Anderson.
What's wrong with you?
That's Mike Anderson over there. He doesn't agree with that call. To Clark, back to Castine. In and out. Oh, another inconsequential one. That's her, they're saying first, that's her second though. (28-27). Northeastern up by 1. Berube back to help out. Gets the ball to Patnode, guarded by Clark. That's Clark's second. Anderson will inbound. Third foul on the Cougars. Anderson drives and banks it in. Sentinels lead. Perez back to Castine. Walter dishes for Castine. Now to Perez. Clark picks up the loose ball. Shot clock's got to be getting low. Walter puts it up. Rebounded by Berube. Sentinels up by 1. They have the ball. Anderson hits. Cougars led 26-19. Since then, Sentinels have outscored them 12-2. Clark misses the layup. Patnode misses. Paris pulls it down. Walter keeps it herself. No foul. Cougars fans wanted a foul. Anderson brings it up, guarded by Walter. Anderson hits again. 33-28. Cougars need a timeout. Trombley gets it back out for Walter. Ashley Walter hits. Anderson misses one. Castine pulls it down. To Walter. She misses. Patnode with a rebound. Now Berge brings it up. Castine's there. She slows it down, gives it back to Patnode. Desero will come in. Blocked by Trombley. Berge gets it back. Jump ball. Cardiff back in. She replaces Clark. 3:51 to go. Ty's turn on the jump ball. Berube. Cross court. Short. Shot by LaValle. Walter will bring it up for the Cougars. Tardif off the bench, puts up a shot, it's good. Nicole Tardif. Rick Smith calls a timeout. His lead is down to 1. 33-32 with 3:34 to go in the third. Patnode will inbound. Cougars will press. Long pass. Cougars got burned as Blaze scores. Tardif from the corner. Sentinels giving the Cougars one shot. That's one thing that 1-3-1 will do. If you can't burn them outside, they're going to have position on the rebound. Knocked loose by Trombley. Paris picks it up. Traveling. Into Berube. Back to Patnode. Blaze brings it up. Walter picks up her third. 2:46 to go in the third. Tardif is out of bounds on the defense. So she picks up a technical. That's her fourth foul. It's cheap way to get a foul. You're not allowed to guard defensively. Poppy Rock, not too popular with the Cougar fans right here, and think she's outnumbered. Sometimes you see refs give a warning, other times you see them call a technical. Obviously there was no warning on that one. Tardif is called for the technical. senior will sit. She knows if they lose, her high school season, her high school career is over. Castine careful about stepping out of bounds. It's easy when you're jumping up and down to come across that line. Cougars wanted to travel. Castine forces the jump ball. (35-32). Walter brings it up. Clark to Walter. To Castine. Castine's got to be willing to take that outside shot. Northeastern is not going to pass their way through this zone. Walter comes up with the steal. Drives on the zone, blocked by Berube. Ball stays in play. Perez with a shot from the side, missed, rebounded by Berube. Walter picks up her fourth foul. Ashley Burt's in for the Cougars, replacing Ashley Walter. 1:55 to go in the third. Sentinels lead. Ticonderoga ball. Cougars with the steal. And it's only the second foul this half on the Sentinels. Samantha Patnode, her second. Burtz will bring it up to Castine. Clark off the rim. Anderson throws it up. Rebounded Tremblay. Burtz will bring up the ball. Anderson knocks it loose. Patnode brings it back. Anderson gets the ball. Now Perez picks it up. Burtz. Hits. Ashley Burtz. Cougars are down by one. Berge stepped on the line. They have Hart and Blaze back in for the Sentinels. 50.9 seconds to go in the third. Underneath Perez. We heard a whistle. Cougars stop. The ref blew the whistle. She blew the whistle inadvertently. Cougars stop. You got to stop. You got to blow it and say inadvertent whistle. Let's keep playing. Underneath for Clark. Back outside for Castine. Castine with a shot. It's good. Cougars up by one. Cougars have to be careful on their press. Perez with a block. Castine will bring it up. 14 seconds, a lot of time. 36-35 Cougars. Burtz for three, short. Castine kept the Cougars in the game in the first half with 10 points. That was only her second shot. She's reluctant to take that shot because she missed one. She's got to be taking those. Hart scores. Sentinels lead. 37-36, they lead by one as we go to the fourth quarter. Got a halftime Cougar show here by Danielle Kelsey. Scoreboard says 38-36. Sentinels have a 2-point lead instead of a 1-point lead. Not sure if I counted wrong or what here. I thought it was an odd difference. Maybe it was a 3-pointer. I don't think it was a 3-pointer to end the third. At any rate, Sentinels are up by 2. Perez gives it to Castine. To Clark. Perez will put it up. It's good. We're tied, 38-38. Section 7, Class C semifinals here on Hometown Cable. Anderson looks for some help. Cougars with Walter and Tardif on the bench with 4 fouls apiece. Anderson breaks free. Shot is missed. Rebounded Perez. I don't know. Mrs. Hart at the line. 1-1. Sentinels have 2 fouls on them. Cougars have 7. Sentinels by 1. Perez with the rebound. Gives it to Burks. To Castine. Underneath for Tremblay. In and out. The zone that Ty is playing is the type that's going to negate what Tremblay does best out there because it collapsed right around that area. What they have to do is just not worry about her shooting, get her thinking offensive rebound. Berube gets an offensive rebound and another. Basket will count. Fouls on Perez, her first. 41-42, 4-point lead, Ticonderoga. 6:26 left in this game. Castine. Yes. 42-40. Up to Anderson. Foul will be on Burks. Shooting 2. Jana Anderson. (43-40), 6:01 to go. (44-40). Into Tremblay. And W. Tremblay puts it in. 44-42. This is Anderson. Berge misses. Perez backs off. Lets Castine get it. Castine up to Clark. Nothing there. Perez drives, too strong. Tremblay with the rebound. The way this game was going, I was expecting a traveling call. Non-shooting though. She wasn't shooting. Castine will inbound it. Tremblay. Fouls on Tremblay, her second. Grube will shoot 2. Sentinels will be in a double bonus. Sentinels in a double bonus. Cougars have been called for 10 fouls. Sentinels just 3 in this half. Tardif and Walter back in for the Cougars. Unless the Cougars start shooting and hitting from the outside, they're not going to win this one. Rebound by Walter. 3-point lead, Ticonderoga. Can't get through that defense. Cougars have not adjusted. Ticonderoga is playing the same defense they did at tie up and down. Cougars had plenty of time. They didn't do anything last week. They didn't play any games. They had all week to plan this game. And it looks like the way they're playing, looks like they've never seen that 1-3-1 before. 45-42. The Cougar Rowdies are trying to get the team fired up. Get the fans in. His fans have been awfully quiet. A good crowd here for the Cougars, but we've heard more noise on the Ticonderoga side than we've heard on the Cougar side, and there's only a handful here, including a few Cougar fans. There's only a handful of people on the tie side. Northeastern ball, down by 3 points. Walter buries it. Walter's going to be careful for a 5th foul. Walter and Tardif both with 4. Travel. In the corner. Tremblay is fouled. On the floor. On the floor again. What do they think that she's going to do? Not shooting. He's the ref's the only guy in the place who thought so. Castine, 5 seconds to get it in. Tardif too strong. Walter gets the rebound. To Perez. Off the glass. Cougars lead, 46-44. Anderson in the corner. Perez comes up with it, gives it to Castine. Tardif hits. While I'm thinking of it, I want to thank John and Joanne Southwick, Dr. John and Joanne Southwick, for renewing their viewer patronage on Hometown Cable during the half. Appreciate their continued support. Anderson comes deep. Gives it to Hart. Back to Anderson. Now Patnaud will bring it up. Northeastern with 6 straight points. Trailed by 3. They now lead by 3. 3:40 to go in the game. Walter forces the jump ball. Walter and Tardif, both 1 foul away from sitting on the bench. They play tough defense, but they've got to be careful. Will this one be a foul shot or not? Here, let's see. Let's see if he's shooting this time. Yep, this time she's shooting. The difference was, other times the ball, I guess, was on the floor. She was dribbling it. This time she was going up when the foul occurred. Debbie Tremblay hits the first. 49-45. Shot is missed. Rebounded Berube up to Patnaud. Castine with the rebound. Up to Tardif. She's fouled. .311. Tardif misses the front. 3:11 left. .50-45. Up to Hart. Gets the ball back. Now Patnaud. 3 minutes to go. Tipped, but controlled. Back to Patnaud. Off the glass. Rebounded by Tremblay. Good strong rebound. Castine comes out with it. Perez quickly to Tardif. That's good. Castine to Perez. To Tardif. There's the money box. Got to credit these fans for helping here. Nate Dutil, Sean Gagnon, Mickey Castine. These guys have got the fans into the game. Cougar crowd had been a little quiet. But the wave. 2:42 to go. They're waving. Even Jungle Jim Patnaud's waving here. Reggie Miller's waving. Everybody's waving. Rainey Rabideau's waving. Everybody's waving here in Hometown Cable. Stolen. Walter misses the shot. Gets a rebound. Puts it back up. She's fouled. Suddenly, the tide has turned. Foul was on Berge, her third. 7th team foul, so Cougars are now in the 1-1. But that was a shooting foul, so it's 2, so the Cougars will shoot from here on. The fouls have been very one-sided in the first part, but now Walter knocks it loose. Now the fouls on the Sentinels are starting to catch up. Cougars have scored 12, or no, make that 11 in a row. They over and back. Sentinels led 45-42. Cougars lead 53-45. 11 straight points for the Cougars. This is the first run of any size that either team has had in the game. Walter puts it up. Cougars needed to take some time off. I think that time Paris keeps it alive. Walter with the ball gives it to Tardif. Run it outside. Set up the offense. 2:05 to go. 17 on the shot clock. Spread out. Get that a place to pass. You're going to have a place to pass there, so you don't have to pass through the players. Paris off the rim. Castine's in there for the rebound. Comes out to Walter. Another shot clock. Anderson. He fouls Castine. Looking to stop the clock. That's why the foul. Rick Smith calls a timeout. Checks his timeout situation. 1:37 to go. 53-45 the score. There's our story. 53-45, minute 37 remaining. 8-point lead for the Cougars. Castine at the line. Foul line very important for Northeastern because Ty will be trying to stop that clock as quickly as they can. So the Cougars have got to put a few in from the charity stripe. Castine hits. And adds another one. (55-45). Northeastern up by 10. Anderson has been carrying that team. Castine all over the floor, knocks it loose. Jump ball. Ty's turn on the jump. Minute 23 to go. Sentinels down by 10. Cougars with a steal. Tardif has it. Up to Walter, who may have tipped it to begin with. In and out. Trombley throws it up. Cougars need to bring it back out, but Anderson is there. Anderson for three, off the rim. Rebound Trombley. The Tardif, slow it down. That's what the Cougars want to do right now. Slow it down. Sentinels probably, oh, there's a foul. Fouls on Hart. 51.8. If Paris hits these, I think Ty will take off the fouling. And Miranda Paris gives Cougars a 12-point cushion. Cougars don't want to stop that clock. The jump ball's all right. They'll get it. 46 and a half seconds. You have to give this Ticonderoga team an awful lot of credit. This game has gone to the wire. Rick Smith knowing exactly what he wanted to do in this game, and he did it. Sentinels are not going to foul now. There's no sense in stopping the clock. Cougars have won this one. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Traveling called. Aaron McDonald will come in. Replaces Walter. 23 and a half seconds. Ticonderoga has played an outstanding ball game. Tremblay with the block. Perez has fouled it. No travel at midcourt. 13.2 to go. Sentinels a 500 team during the season, or thereabouts. Proven that they can play with the Cougars, having beaten them once and playing this one right down to the wire. Castine, Perez to McDonald. Oh. Didn't see what happened to Castine. 57-45. Cougars trailed 45 to 42. 15 unanswered points to end the ball game. They defeat a very game Ticonderoga team. They'll face the winner of Sable Valley and Tupper Lake. Let's see if Doug Sherwin can manage to keep Danielle Castine's name out of the paper this time. I don't think he can do it. 57-45, and that's the way it was on this February 23rd, 1999 at Northeastern Clinton Central School, Section 7, Class C, semifinals here on Hometown Cable. This is Calvin Castine. We're at the Hyper Building on the campus of Clinton Community College. It's February 26, 1999. It's approaching the 8 p.m. starting time of the Section 7 Class C championship game here in Hometown Cable, featuring the defending champion, the Northeastern Clinton Central School Cougars, and the number 2 seeded, the AuSable Valley Central School Patriots. These clubs have met one time during the course of the year, with the Cougars coming away with a 59-48 win at Northeastern. Cougars 18-2, number 1 seed. They're 18-2 overall. 19-2 overall is AuSable Valley. To get here, the Cougars beat the only Section 7 team to beat them during the course of the year, Ticonderoga. They beat them in the semifinals, 57-45. Last year, they met Ticonderoga in the championship game of this sectional competition because Ticonderoga had upended AuSable Valley in the semis. Cougars have a very balanced attack and good depth. They're led by Miranda Perez in scoring with 11.6, Ashley Walter 9.4, and Debbie Tremblay 8.9, but you can just keep going down that list and have 3-4 more right on their tail. So a very balanced scoring attack for the Cougars. Currently ranked number 15 in New York State. They've been ranked as high as 3rd in New York State, and it's the Ticonderoga loss that took them out of that number 3 rankings. According to the Press Republican, they're making their 19th sectional final appearance in the past 20 years. This is my 3rd game of the day, and I'm starting to lose my voice already. So in the past 20 seasons, the Cougars have only failed to make the finals one time, and that time was, as I mentioned in a previous program, a year they were 15-1 during the course of the season. And they went against Plattsburgh High School, who were about 8-8, I think, on the year, and they ended up losing to them in a semifinal contest. And outside of that game there, that upset, they've been in every final. They'd won that one there. They've been in every final in the past 20 years. So an outstanding record to do that over the course of the years. They've been in the B level, the C level, and back to the Bs, now back to the Cs. The Patriots, they got here by defeating Tupper Lake 51-41. Their leading scorers are Gail Perrier at 20.9 and the big 6'3" Stacia Robinson with 14.4. They haven't won a sectional title since back-to-back crowns in 1989 and 90 and the 90-91 season. The 19 wins this year is an all-time school record for the AuSable Valley team.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Clinton $50 for the Section 7 Class C championship game between Northeastern Clinton Central School and Osceola Valley Central School. The visiting team for this game will be Osceola Valley. The Lady Patriots are coached by Mr. Bob Marconi. Mr. Bill Siders is the assistant coach. Number 3, Susie Marconi. Number 10, Hillary Stanley. Number 13, Jenna Buser. Number 14, Melanie Lopez. Number 15, Rebecca Emmerich. Number 20, Jamie Mitchell. Number 23, Janice Saunders. And now, the Osceola Valley starting five. Number 33, a junior, Gail Perrier. Number 12, a sophomore, Nicole Lopez. Number 4, a senior, Diana Allen. Number 5, a senior, Emily Lazari. And number 21, a senior, Stacia Robinson. The home team for this game, Northeastern Clinton Central. The Lone Cougars are coached by Mr. Andy Landry. Mr. Norm Bono, Mr. Ron Rivard, and Mr. Dave Lambert are the assistant coaches. Number 13, Tara Dragoon. Number 14, Aaron McDonald. Number 15, Ashley Burt. Number 21, Lisa Roberts. Number 24, Amanda Flower. Number 41, Haley Yesero. And now, the Lady Cougars starting by number 25, a sophomore, Miranda Paris. Number 23, a junior, Devin Strong-Woody. Number 4, a senior, Ashley Walter. Number 11, a senior, Nicole Carter. And number 22, a senior, Danielle Campbell. Your officials for this game are Mr. Chris and Mr. McMillan. Mr. Rostovich is the alternate official. Mr. Bruce is the official timer. Mrs. Gagnon, the official scorer. Mr. Bruce Gagnon is on the shot clock. And Mr. Donnelly is the athletic trainer. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for our national anthem.
Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Hometown Cable. We're at beautiful downtown Clinton Community College. And Sable Valley started it off with a layup. Wild Bill Chase here stepping in to help out, but Calvin Castine doing the camera work. Sable Valley and Northeastern tangling in the Class C Section 7 Girls Championship game. And Debbie Tremblay is fouled going to the hoop. I don't know if did they introduce the officials today?
Yep, they introduced them.
Okay. Pete McMillan, Stevie Chris doing the game. First time I've ever watched a basketball game actually in this gymnasium. Tremblay makes it 2-1 score. Tremblay, Walters, Castine, Paris, and who's the other starter?
Carter.
Carter?
Tarter,
Tarter.
number 11.
Oh, Tardif. All right, Nicole Tardif. Sable counters with Stacia Robinson, Gail Perrier, Lazari, Nicole Lopez, and number 4 would be. Well, that ball's stolen away though. And there's going to be a foul called. Sable picking up 2 fouls right off the bat here in the first minute of this ball game.
Sable Valley, Lopez, her first, team second.
Tardif picking up the steal, then driving down the floor. Lopez gets called for a blocking foul. We're all tied up 2-2. Gymnasium's full. She misses the second one. Perrier picks up the rebound. Finds Lazari at midcourt. They go inside, and Perrier draws the foul. Nice pass from Lopez to Perrier.
Foul, Northeastern, Tremblay, her first.
Debbie Tremblay picking up her first foul. Perrier makes it a 3-2 ball game. Patriots and Cougars here. Championship basketball game on Hometown Cable. Perrier sinks them both. Oh, yeah. Castine girl gets caught for a travel. She only moved her foot a half a step. Just half a step too many. So on the turnover, Patriots go inside to Robinson. She misses. It goes through the hands of Tremblay. And the ball is out of bounds. Diane Allen battling with Tremblay there. Then Tremblay, the last one to touch it. Inbounds play to Robinson. Loose ball picked up by Lazari. They're trying to force it into Robinson again. Tardif picking up another steal. Dishes to Tremblay and a blocking foul on Lazari. 3 team fouls on the Patriots here in the early going.
Foul on Sable Lazari, her first, team's third.
That foul was on the floor. No shooting foul. Oh, stolen right away by Gail Perrier on the inbound play. Nice dish by Lazari up to Lopez, but she can't convert the open layup. Cougars come right back on the attack. Tardif with the ball. Goes on top to Castine. She swings it. It's in a quarter. Paris drives around Robinson. Castine puts up the shot. That's off the mark and down into the arms of Perrier. Full court pressure being applied here. Walters now. The pressure pays off with the steal. Castine goes inside to Paris. And it's knocked out of bounds by Sable. Cougars will hang on with possession here. 6:11 left in the first quarter. 4-2 ball game. Ashley Walters with the ball. Tremblay, that's blocked by Robinson. Loose ball picked up by Allen, and now Patriots looking to move it up quickly, but Lazari pulls it back out. Set up the offense. Over to Lopez. Fourier setting up in the post position, but Paris was on her. Walters. Oh.